Hey, how's it going? I know. Crazy hectic, right? Well, sit back and relax and welcome to the Mom and Pop Spot. Help me welcome my dad and the host of the show, St. Patrick.
Okay, I had to check something, so I apologize. Welcome to all my moms, pops, guardians, and guests. This is episode number 18 of the Mom and Pop Spot podcast. Today, we'll be talking to parents. More specifically, we're going to talk a little bit about single parenting. My first guest is a father who was a 1993 tetherball champion. He was a Harris Hawk. He used to think he was a taller version of Muggsy Bogues, but the kid could ball. I'm not sure anymore. Can you still ball?
Man, I still got it. It's like riding a bike. You never forget.
Nice. He is now a hardworking, dedicated father, and oddly enough, loves the Jets. Please help me welcome Tremone to the show.
Hey, everybody.
My next guest is a mother of two, ambitious and strong-minded, and is determined to make her babies happy. She is also a licensed, I always hate this word, esthetician? Okay, cool. I said it right.
Okay.
So please help me welcome
Gold
Brittany
star.
to the show. How you both feeling today?
Feeling good.
Nice.
Good.
Where you guys at on a level from 1 to 10, mentally and emotionally?
Okay, what you mean? 1 is being bad and 10
Yeah.
is good?
Yeah.
I'm 10 on both.
Oh, okay.
I'm 10.
Yeah.
I'll say same.
Yeah. So no adjustments, no nothing?
Nah, I'm
Nice.
good.
Okay, cool. What do you enjoy most about being a parent?
You want to go first? Or you want me to go?
I recently just became a mother of a teenager. So
Uh-huh.
I am most excited about this journey. I'm just a happy person. So
Yeah.
I love my kids. I love to see what they're about and seeing parts of me and parts of their dad and like the best versions of them.
Yeah.
And it's just like, wow, there's so much. Like I created a doper version of myself.
Nice.
I'm like
Yeah.
a god.
Okay.
That's how I feel.
Yeah. I mean, you got to have confidence. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Like the way I feel though, like, I got a 7-year-old son, and just seeing him look up to me, like asking me things like, "Daddy, what's this?" and just real inquisitive about things. Like, man, I like that.
Yeah.
And like she said, I could see the little me in him. And then when people be like, "Oh yeah, that's little T right there," that
Yeah.
make me feel good. And the way he act, the way he just does everything. Though.
I mean, when they're doing good, it's like it feels good, but when they're doing bad, it's like, fuck, that was me.
Hey man, when they doing bad,
Yeah.
hey man, when they doing bad, I'll be like, you know what? I'm slacking.
Yeah.
I'm slacking.
Yeah.
It's a time to reevaluate the whole home.
Yeah, but I mean,
yeah.
some of the stuff that like we used to do when we were kids, like when we were being, like curious or just getting into shit. You can see yourself in that, and sometimes it's not necessarily where they're being bad. And you just need a readjustment. It's just the fact that they're just being kids. You know what I mean?
I just had I had a recent experience with that the other day. Like my son, like the whole snapping back and like doing that to me. I used to be like that to my mom. So my mom, she told me, she said, when you have a kid, you're gonna get that back.
That's
so
my mom all the time.
Now I'm getting that right now.
Yeah. Wait, give it a couple years, and you're gonna be challenged with a bunch of other stuff. That's what I'm at right now. My 10-year-old is just challenging me all kinds of different stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. How has parenting changed you guys from the time that you guys were about to have your babies to to now? Because it's been some time.
Well, for me, I used to be real wild, very outgoing.
Yeah.
Like to be in the streets all the time. Not really doing nothing bad, but just being out in the streets. And,
Right.
I only had to care for myself. Now
Yeah.
that I got a kid, I have a care for everything that I do. I know I'm doing it for a cause for my son.
Yeah.
That everything that, he see me do, everything that I'm doing, there's got to be a positive thing. So that's the thing where it changed me. It changed me, made me more humble too also.
That's dope.
Slowed me down, made me start being more of a thinker.
Yeah. What about you?
I mean, for me, it's just the same. I just feel like I got two more goons with me. Like, I don't know. For me, it's like the family I've always wanted but never had.
Yeah.
So it's the same for me. Like, everything's the same. I still move the same. I do stuff the same. Like, as an entertainer and a hustler, like what I do, like they're along in the mission with me, and like the way that I set stuff up, it's like not traditional at all. Like homeschooling my kids, we're really personal with one another. Like I wanted that so bad growing up, and I didn't have that. So for us to have that together, it's kind of a vibe. Like it's cool, it's different, it's not traditional at all.
Yeah, we're definitely in a different time. Where when we were growing up to to now in today's time and stuff like that. Thinking about like what you were talking about, like we couldn't even like talk back to her.
Man.
If I talk back to my mom, she'd throw the chocolate straight to my face,
Bro.
frisbee style. You know what I mean?
Hey, you already know whatever they got in their hand, right then and there.
They use that
brush, sandal, whatever, bro. You gonna get it.
Yeah. Yeah. So thinking about that, what is stuff that doesn't play around that you don't play around in your house, your guys' household?
In my household, what I don't like is I cannot stand a kid that's a liar. Don't lie to
Yeah.
me.
Oh, I'm the same way.
Do not lie to me.
Yeah.
Tell me the truth about everything, though we can
Yeah.
work this out. And I hate a kid that's lazy. I can't
Mhm.
stand a lazy kid because I grew up cleaning up. So
Yeah.
therefore I have a thing about cleaning.
Yeah.
So those are two major things for me though.
Okay. And you?
I mean, it's just like I said, it's like a different time. So
Yeah.
like for me, it's like I'm raising my kids, but I'm not trying to be the parent that I didn't have. I'm just trying to be the parent that they need.
Okay.
So sometimes, like, even though I work 40 hours, I hustle, I have my own business, and I also just recently finished school. Sometimes coming home and they've just done like 30 hours of school, like doing the dishes is overwhelming, or they didn't snuck a few a few games in on the PlayStation, or
Right.
and it's like for me as a mom, I have to do my due diligence. Like I do have cameras in the house. Like I am a sneaky mom. I have like stuff on their phone so I can follow what they're doing because I expect them to lie. I
Right.
expect them to be afraid of the world and stuff like that. So I'm kind of preparing, like I prepared myself for that because I was raising my kids for so long, like how I wasn't raised, that it was fucking them up, excuse my French, but it was messing them up, like
Yeah.
raising them like I grew up different. They did not grow up nowhere close to how I grew up. So I had to like reevaluate myself as a mom. So I'm like, damn, if my son is lying to me and if he's like not telling me the truth about what he's doing online, then I'm doing something wrong. He
Right.
should feel like 100. He should come to me and talk to me.
Yeah.
My daughter is not being honest about relationships that she's having online with people in different countries.
Yeah.
Catfish is a real show. I'm showing this to them and they're not abiding it. They're not like taking it in. So
Yeah.
then it's something
real
I need to
thing.
do. So I just guess I don't mess around with like just not genuineness. Like we're not gonna self-loathe. We're not gonna put ourselves down. We're not gonna talk bad about ourselves. I'm just trying to figure out how to parent them the way they need.
Right.
Because me not healing myself before I had them is my business.
Yeah.
I can't take that out on them. So I have to do that separate. But then there's sometimes I find myself trying to include them in that so they understand what's going on. Because they are 10 and 13. So
Yeah.
it's a little different.
Yeah.
To add a little bit to what she's saying though, like I know like our kids can't be raised the way we were raised. Like it's impossible.
Yeah.
Like to treat them like that because the times are just definitely different. They
Yeah.
cannot be raised the way we were raised. Like I
Right.
always think about like I can't do them like how my mom did me. They're not
Period.
even they can't
They
they're
can't
not
hold it.
they can't they're not ready for it.
Yeah. It's just.
They're
They can't
not.
hold it.
Yeah.
They're not built like we are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Let's just say that.
But to add to that, I think in some ways they are stronger because of the fact of everything they're having to deal with, COVID times and having to like social skills and everything else. But I do agree with you because of the fact that in the other aspect, they're not mentally tough because of the fact that like we grew up clowning on each other. You know what I mean? We had to
Yeah.
roll with the snaps. And
I mean, these kids still do that. Let's not get it twisted.
I don't think they do as
They do.
we
There's
we
a
used to
whole
go
world
in.
for it.
I mean, they do. I ain't gonna lie, cause my
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't call the kids being kind of harsh.
Yeah.
But like I know what Pat is saying too though.
Yeah.
Like
It's more
man,
censored.
Yeah, it's way more.
Yeah.
In front of us.
Not even then, because I remember when we were growing up, we used to go in on people. You know what I mean? Like bullying was a real thing because you weren't just getting, talk, mentally. We were also getting physically bullied and stuff like that.
And then
you know
I
what mean?
agree too because also like stuff that my son go to school and do, I'll be like, bro, if you'd went to school, if I'd went to school like that,
Yeah.
we'd have got roasted.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
So it's some things that when I see that I know what you're saying though.
I
Yeah.
like that there's the yin and the yang to it. Like,
Right.
Like the whole transition. I like that it's growing and it's evolving.
Yeah.
But there's some things that I wish that could be incorporated to give them like their strength and character without having them go through the actual
Right.
I don't know how to call it, like the whole warrior experience of being like in society. Like I don't want that for them. I don't want them experiencing bad teachers, fake friends, unloyal family members, things like that made my character. Like I don't want that for them, and I don't feel like I have to bring them to that. Like I don't have to give them that for them to experience it. They are better. Like I said, they are like the better versions of me. They're the better versions of their dad. Like despite and so to add on to that, like they're better versions of their grandparents, my grandparents. Like they're just the best versions, and here they are in front of me. I kind of got to sit back and also learn at the same time.
Yeah.
But my job is also to be the parent. So we don't let I just don't let shit get out of hand. Like excuse my French, I just don't let it get too out of hand. You can express yourself, speak your piece.
Yeah.
But mind your tone. Let's be cautious of what we're talking about.
I agree and somewhat disagree. In regards to because of the fact that you're giving them the best life that you could, but they didn't grow up in the struggle that we had to. You know what I mean? Like grew up in a different time where we were. I mean, at least me personally speaking, I grew up in the struggle where we literally like we had to go house to house. You know what I mean? There was times where we had to push the vehicles because of the fact that we ran out of gas and my dad couldn't afford it. Like we
Yeah.
grew up. Those hardships made us better as us. But our kid, like I'll never have my kids go through that struggle.
Yeah.
I'll vouch my life that my kids will never have to see what I went through.
I mean, I'm like kind of borderline. Like
Mhm.
I know it's kind of weird because like I went through a struggle, but that's not their business.
Exactly.
Like
Yeah.
what I went through, like my dad being who he was and my mom being who she was, like that's not their tale. That's not
Yeah.
their business.
Yeah.
And even
Yeah.
the people that they meet in those grandparents, like my dad and my mom may be a whole different person today or
Right.
in a couple of months. They might, stand up to the grandparent title. But I feel that the experiences that I give them that are in my control are going to be the very best.
Yeah.
So if I can give them an experience or if there's a learning lesson or a teaching moment,
Uh-huh.
they're going to get it.
Yeah.
But I definitely don't believe in all these schools. I don't believe in the school systems. I
Yeah.
don't believe in like trusting your education process with like your city or your county. Like I'm not for all of that. Like I think that we kind of need to stand up a little bit more and take ownership of raising our children again and teaching them what you want to teach your kids. Like
Yeah.
they're not giving our kids anything anyway. So why not give them what you know? Like if you, like you say, been through that struggle and you've been through that, you can teach them better than anybody around. Anybody with a Harvard degree, anybody with a Yale degree, a Stanford degree, that shit doesn't really mean anything when they got a real OG in their face.
Yeah.
So I just feel like there's always room to grow and learn, and there's always like more knowledge also at home.
Right.
So just kind of finding a happy balance.
Yeah.
I agree with some of that what she's saying though, because a lot of stuff that we learn in school growing up,
Uh-huh.
it's not really
Bullshit,
put.
yeah.
It's not really
Yeah,
put
it's
out here.
corny.
It's not really we use in today's world.
Yeah.
I mean,
Did
we
you
pretty.
learn how to buy a house? Did they teach you how to set yourself
You already
up?
know I didn't. That's a
Yeah.
negative.
You have to figure it out. Figure this shit
Yeah.
out.
So before we continue, we're gonna pay some bills. We'll be right back.
Yes, sir.
Habari Entertainment Films present There's Only One Name for News with Damon and Iesha. Habari Live Podcast. Habari Entertainment. A race against time. On a quest for glory. Habari News Weekly, HabariEntertainment.com. Catch us for more. Visit us, HabariEntertainment.com.
And we're back. I don't know, I kind of spaced out. But we're back though. That's a good thing. At what age did you guys have your first child?
Actually, right now I'm about to be 38. So I had my first kid when I was 30.
Yeah. I mean, we're all 80s babies, right?
Yeah.
90.
You a 90?
Are you?
1990.
Oh.
90? Or
But
you
I'll
know
take
what?
the
I mean,
80s by
almost,
spirit.
yeah.
I'll give it
Yeah.
to you because you know what? My little brother, he's more than 90, but he acts more like our age because he
Yeah.
For sure.
he been up under me.
Yeah.
So I'll
Same.
give you the pass.
Yeah.
But we're 80s up in here.
I was
Okay.
19.
Yeah.
I was 18 when I found out I was 19 when I had my baby. And then I had my son on my 21st birthday.
Oh wow.
He stole my birthday.
Yeah.
And so
That's a beautiful thing.
I
though.
love it.
Yeah.
It's amazing. But honestly, I think my daughter also came on my grandmother's birthday. So I
Oh,
got
wow.
December 31st and then I got May 29th. So
Yeah.
it's like I said, all around vibe.
Yeah. My mom, she was able to have all her kids on the 18th. I think all but one.
Oh,
Might be
wow.
wrong. Yeah, but
That's
I don't know how she
beautiful.
planned it. She I don't know.
That
Yeah.
means something to me. I'll find
Yeah.
a meaning out of that.
Yeah.
Man. Hold on. So all you and your siblings are all on 18?
Yeah, my mom said all the girls are on the 18th. Not the boys, just the girls itself, which is
That's
crazy because
crazy,
it's not
though.
like
That's-
all her kids. It's just the girls are.
That's
I
what's
think
up
all
though.
but one. Yeah.
She can never forget that one.
Yeah. Yeah, she does. There's gonna be some problems with my sisters. My sisters are crazy. Yeah. So I wanted to discuss single parenting. I think right because you're not with the original baby mama.
No, I am with my baby mama.
Oh shit! I'm gonna edit that out. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, I
We
was
live, homie.
I was single
Okay.
and we got back together.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So
After
we'll
for a
edit it
minute.
that way. So.
Okay, yeah.
But I wanted to discuss what that was like, or what it's like for you, Brittany.
I mean, I've been a single mom ever since I became a mother.
Uh-huh.
Wasn't the plan. I didn't anticipate that. I really tried to work things out.
Yeah.
Their father was my high school sweetheart.
Okay.
He was my first.
Yeah.
I, gave him a very special gift.
Yeah.
Twice.
Uh-huh.
And it wasn't reciprocated, and he did never pay me no homage. So and I come from a very broken background that I had to put together. So I'm like, damn, my mom don't fuck with me, my dad don't fuck with me, my baby dad don't fuck with me, the family don't fuck with me. So I gotta really be solid for my kids, because who's gonna fuck with them?
Yeah.
So it's been kind of bitter, and then it got sweet. And then once stuff start getting sweet, I just start riding that wave. And then kind of as you know, I've had some ups and downs, but I try to remain solid as possible. So if it's something I got to figure out, I figure it the fuck out. I won't waste any time. They need me. They have if it's not me, it's nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and it's unfortunate, because the world is also very beautiful. So I want to show them that it's not really this, it's not like this in other homes, and you don't have to feel indifferent about it.
Yep.
That also has nothing to do with you. I have to remind them, yeah, it's in your face, but it has nothing to do with you. So that's a struggle. That's something that I deal with. But being a single mom, I would say it doesn't really matter, because shit's still finna go.
Is there still communication with you and the baby father?
Not really. And it's unfortunate. I keep the
line
communication open for him and his family. But like I said, if they're not willing to go through, me, which is the chain of command, and be respectful.
Right.
It's enough.
You know what it is, though? It be sometime when that man is not with the woman, they don't have nothing to do with the kids at all.
Yeah.
That's how it be, bro. I mean, it's sad, but that's how it is, though. If they can't be with the woman, they don't want nothing to do with the kids.
Yeah.
I mean, unfortunately, I'm not that type of person, but
well, that's good. It's not unfortunate. It's great.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate for the rest of the people, but I still have to teach my kids that has nothing to do with you. That reflection of him not being present in your life, or being here for even me, has nothing to do with you. It's sometimes people don't have it together, and just because, and even I have to tell them, mommy's here and mommy's in your face, but there's times where I have to get it together. And it's just about being real or honest, because honestly, kids will hate you if you're a liar to them. We can't stand a liar. We don't like little kids that are sneaky, but they can't stand a lying ass adult. So they will really not respect you if they see how you're moving. And if I wasn't this way with my kids, I don't feel like our relationships would be this great.
That strong.
No, they would really be like you.
So are you open to discuss on what happened between you and your baby father?
I mean, yeah. I mean, what is it?
What was the falling out? Why? What was the disconnect?
God, honestly, he would be what you would call your typical mother's boy. He loves his family. I mean, he's from a set, so he has his obligations that he feels are more important than his children.
What you mean from a set?
Yeah, his brothers and them put them into that shit, and so he kind of feels like he has no choice. He had a really unfortunate, all his stories were really unfortunate. For me, I thought my shit was bad, but hearing his shit, I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
My shit's actually not that bad. So he already was kind of broken, but we were kids.
Yeah.
So we were young. I don't fault him for that. I decided to go to college. He got into ASU. We're from Oregon. He didn't go. His mom wanted him to stay home and take care of his brothers and sisters' kids. So she was an enabler, and I couldn't do nothing about it. What am I going to do? Tell you to choose me over your mom? That's not going to work. And then you got a whole other obligation that you don't even, I didn't acknowledge that shit, but he did.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just when you have kids, your mom is still your family, but now that person that you had kids with is your family.
Right.
And that's how I took it as.
Yeah.
My mom, them is still my mom, but my girl and my son, this is my family.
Yeah.
And mom is still a part of the family. Nobody's not a part of the family. But for me, being young, I saw that, and we were already dealing with a lot. So for me, I just knew, I was like, oh my God, there's nothing I can do about this.
Yeah.
So I had to go, and I continued my life. And we gave it a shot again, and that's what happened with my son. But it didn't work out. And I think he had met somebody that kind of gave him what I wasn't giving him. So he felt it an easy out. But he isn't I don't know. I don't think they're doing well. I don't know what their life is about, but they're not progressed. They're not better off than me and my kids. I mean, they don't got the house, the businesses. They don't have any kids.
Right.
Nothing's growing. So for me, I'm just kind of I kind of just projected my vision a little. For me, I'm ooh, that's nothing over there sweet. So it's still fucked up.
So would you change anything, or would you do anything different?
No.
If you had to go back in time?
Mm-mm.
No?
I recently extended the line, to him to come out here to Arizona. I sent the address and everything. He got 3 more days before I unedit that message and delete that fucking address if you don't use it.
Yeah.
So no, there's nothing different that I could
Hello.
do.
Yeah.
There's nothing different that I can do.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like I'm a solid. I never put him on child support. I never really, I couldn't, even if I tried, that wouldn't help me. I need you to be present. Fuck your money. Keep that shit for you. Like, buy a home, buy a business, get some land, do something with your bros. They're all chefs. Like, figure it out, get out the game, do something. But what I do need is for you to be solid and come through and like just show face. Like, let your kids see your energy. Let them see what they come from. Let them see their line. Because being that I was deprived of that, I struggle trying to find myself and know myself. So I don't want that for them.
Yeah.
So
I
just
get
show.
what you're saying. You look for validation. I talk about this plenty of times on, on all the different shows. That's one thing I look for. I look for validation a lot.
Yeah.
It's a gift and a curse.
Yeah, true.
Last question, on the single parenting, and then we'll move on to parenting topics. But what would you say would be the hardship with single parenting? Even you, when you guys had.
Okay. The hardship with single parenting for me was the fact that I was a first time parent, learning how to remember to have him do his homework, when to take a bath, when to, I mean, that was the hardship for me. And then, like, I don't know, just like getting him prepared. It was kind of hard for me because I was a first time parent. And I really know what to expect, just thinking that, I'm just daddy, I'm just that figure here.
Yeah.
But it was just more than that, like I had to be there.
Yeah.
Like, and actually show him some things though. So I think that was a hardship for me for being a first time parent, just learning the ropes of what I need to be doing.
Okay. Yeah.
I guess for me, it would be not having like my tribe.
Yeah.
Like not having my support, not being able to share my like joys with my family or my friends, like not being able to be like, hey, look at what just happened. Like even the little stages from them walking. Like I said, I have a teenager. My son is 10. Like he's bigger than both me and my daughter. Like just little things like wanting to share your joys and having to keep that to yourself is kind of like a fucked up feeling when you really don't want to.
Yeah.
I want to share my mommy issues and successes and questions with like a solid group of people. So that's just a continuous struggle. It's like, where's my tribe?
Yeah.
Then to add to that though, is like the thing was the hardship was too though, like when the questions, he was like asking me questions about his mom. And I'd be like, well, son, we're not together.
Yeah.
I was just telling him, but I couldn't really explain to him why. But I just would tell him like, it's just us. And then when you with her, it's just y'all. That's just how it is. But then after a while, he started kind of understanding, like, my dad and my mom ain't together just because they don't get along. He started saying that, so I was like, okay, he's starting to understand this.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was pretty much the hard part for me though.
Yeah.
It's like hard because it's like what limit. Because each child is built different. Like there's sometimes where my 10-year-old is a little bit more mature in certain aspects than my 13-year-old, and there's sometimes my 13-year-old is really face level with me, and I'm a 33-year-old woman. But there's like also struggles. Like at what point do I stop sharing with you? You're not my friend.
Mm-hmm.
Like what point do I just share with you what you need to know so you can still be a beautiful little child and grow?
Right.
And then also like what point do I tell you so you up on game and you're not making these same mistakes? But I also don't want to like project. So it's that for me. It's just that. Like, where do I find my line to not fuck them up, but also keep them on their toes and give them all the sauce that I have, but without ruining their beautiful little makeup that they have.
Yeah. Okay. Another thing I've seen about prices are going up. I don't know. Have you guys seen the prices of like dozen eggs?
Bro.
Like $8 in some places.
Bro.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Everything.
We want to farm.
Yeah, I want to.
We've been looking into farming lands and all the like grants and vouchers and stuff that they offer for farming, and there's a lot, and I'm really looking into it. But
how are you guys dealing with inflation and managing bills and groceries, everything else?
I've been doing pretty good, bro. I've been disciplining myself.
Yeah,
I've been actually disciplining myself to stop free spurging like I've been doing.
Yeah,
I mean, I know that inflation is real. Like, just trying to put away a little bit of money for rainy days, though, because they do come.
Yeah,
people don't even recognize that. Like, you be thinking that you're never gonna see a rainy day, but man,
they come a lot.
They come, and this inflation, it's a big part of it.
Yeah, and I mean to add, we don't necessarily need eggs. Eggs aren't really good for you. You know what I mean? Milk too is another thing.
I don't even need eggs.
Yeah,
I really don't. I don't need eggs.
We really don't either. Like it's just
Eat whatever your body tells you to eat. Your body will tell you. But in the same sense, like to go back on that, my kids be checking their money market account. My son will be like, oh, let me see how my interest is. My daughter will be like, okay, well, I don't even care. I don't have employees yet. So I'm just a sitting fund. And I'm like, oh, what?
Yeah.
Like, is that what you just heard? Is that what I just heard? So for me, it's like when we go to the store, I see my son, like, when he wants something, like, he has his own, but if he needs me to get it, I really watch him compare. He'll be like, well, no, this pizza's still good, but this one has less this and that one's cheaper, but this one's better ingredients. So for
That's what's
$3.69,
up.
I'll do that. So for me, for them, it's showing them that this shit is it's forever going. Like, I don't know if you guys remember, but you guys are from the 80s. I'm just 10 years
Yeah.
younger, but my daughter was born in N1H1. It was a pandemic that was much worse than the COVID, but we just didn't get a bunch of hype about it for some reason or whatever. But like during that time, it was hard, and I was a first time mom.
Yeah.
And so just to go back to that time frame, it was a lot scarier for me having my first baby there in an N1H1. They were only allowing 2 people in the room at a time, and it was a winter break. I'm having a baby, so it was just like at that time, inflation for me was raw. I went from being able to spend my little check from Forever 21 on me and my daughter to like, oh my God, this doesn't cover rent, let alone your car payment, let alone your insurance. So it hit me 13 years ago.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, this inflation, man, it's something else though.
doesn't
Because
stop.
man, you can't even. I mean, you used to like just like you see Facebook comparisons. Like, look at your basket when you put $20 in there
Oh,
10
it's
years
crazy.
ago
Yeah.
to when you put $20 in there now. You might
Yeah.
got 2 items now in there for $20.
Yeah.
That's some bread and some juice.
Yeah.
That's it, and maybe some toilet paper.
Bro, it's nuts. I mean, everything you can think of. It's
It's
and
just
half that stuff is not even. There's no point for it being at that price. And
exactly.
even thinking about stuff not necessarily like with groceries or anything else, haircuts. Bro, there's no reason it should be at $30 to get a fade.
A fade,
Like
bro.
nothing's changed from 10 years ago to now. You're still
Exactly.
using the same clippers. You know
The
what I mean?
same clippers.
No, hold on,
Yeah.
wait. No, not the same clippers, but yeah, I get what you're saying. But no, there's cordless clippers, and there's like all sorts of
Obviously, yeah.
advancements. And
But see, I know what he's saying though, because I remember we come from the time of getting a $10, $15 haircut.
Yeah.
I mean, $10 and the tip was the $15.
Yeah.
Now
Exactly.
you get a $30 haircut and then
And
you
that's
tip.
not even a tip.
yeah,
Yeah.
but
That's
it's
not even a tip.
But
Yeah.
that's the separation. Like I feel like the 2000s, like the early 2000s, was like the last of that time because I'm coming from where like I would get my services done all in one time, like from one person as well. Like I get it. Nowadays, you're paying for people who are not even licensed to do what they're
Exactly.
doing.
That's
So
another
it's
thing,
a
too.
culture. That's what I'm saying. So separate that from like the real OGs and these new baby boppers who are trying to like hop in there and be like, oh well, I did such and such hair, so I'm professional, but you don't have a license.
Yeah.
And your credentials are not like respective in your prospective
Right.
state. But I'm not trying to talk shit because there are people who've been doing this kitchen shit for so long and they're really good. So like I said, it's all about the duality. That's my favorite word. And yes, I'm a Gemini. So let's find the duality. You feel me? Like there's duality. There's people who I know who are doctorates, degree, licensed professors. They got all these licenses, but they are shit people. They are bad parents. They are not good individuals. And I got all these people who have all this street experience, these travel experience, these raw experiences, and they're fucking amazing. But because they don't have the credentials, they can't be where they need to be. And then I got people who meet that middle level who realize it's all bullshit. And they just be like, okay, well, I'm here. And they show up and they might be doing a podcast with you today. But all I'm saying is,
hey, I'm a good person. Yeah, I'm just putting that out there.
Me
You know what I mean?
too.
Yeah.
No, me too. I'm just joking about the whole matter because
Yeah.
like I saw it as face value, and it's like I know people who have degrees that are shit people who have these licenses that do terrible cuts, and then I know OGs that are cutting Lillard's hair like in the backyard on fucking MOK and Lombard, bro.
Hey,
like shout out to
that's what's
Portland,
up, though.
Oregon, in my hometown. I just know.
Oh, okay,
Shout out
that's
to
what's up.
Deontay Allen. Like all I just know is that there are people who really don't have like the makings and the makeups that the society and the world says you need, and therefore we're counting them out and maybe counting yourself out.
Yeah.
And that's also where I'm at in my life. Like I'm not about to keep getting these fucking degrees and these certifications and these things to meet standards for the world, and it's not giving me.
They don't really.
what
I mean, the
need.
standard. I mean, now you can go ahead and YouTube and get you a degree, basically.
Period.
I mean, you can.
Honorary degrees like Kanye West. I mean,
Yeah.
just get
Hey.
an honorary one. Just don't
Yeah.
get taken away.
Hey,
I wanted to ask, what do you guys think about kids calling parents by their first name?
disrespectful.
Not mine.
Yeah.
But to each is their
Disrespectful.
own, but not mine.
It's weird.
I will never let my son. My son,
It's
when he
not-
was, I let it pass when he was like 1 and 2. When he was starting to talk, because he would hear his brother and sister call me. They would call me by my name. So he would do it. But after a while, when he started knowing, I'd be like, nah, because I ain't never called none of them. I wouldn't even, to this day right now, I would not call an adult that's older than me by their first name.
Yeah.
I call them Mrs. I
Yeah.
address an older person by Mrs. or Mr.
Yeah.
I don't never
Yeah.
call them by their first name because I wasn't raised like that. Because it's weird to not
It is,
talk to
yeah.
a person like that's not your equal. To be like, call your dad by his name. Like, it would just be weird to me.
I don't know if it's because I don't know my dad, but sometimes I forget his name. But he's not my dad. Like, he's not been there, but I just don't know his name sometimes.
Yeah.
That's my dad.
Yeah.
But he's not my dad. So for me, it's like I have a pride issue. So for me, it's like, I don't know, like, you're not really my mom, you're not really my dad, you don't really earn that name, but what's your name again? Because I don't know.
For real, but I don't know, it's just weird. I just think it's disrespectful for a kid to call a adult by their first name.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree.
Even if it's not there, even if it's like of a teacher, you would never call a teacher by their
you
first
just put
name.
the miss in front of it, or the Mr. And...
I mean, today's society, that stupid TikTok trend that they're doing.
Oh, bro, you already know they teaching kids how to be disrespectful for real
all the time. Yeah, that's why I don't like TikTok. But I would love to hear your guys' opinion on this. A mom gives a kid non-alcoholic sparkling wine and tricks her kid into thinking it's real wine. Now the kid thinks it's cute to drink wine with the mom on certain days. Like, they have like their special bonding days, whatever, where the mom drinks real wine and the kid thinks he's drinking, real wine too, but it's just sparkling water.
Wine.
Let
me tap. You're done?
No, hold on. Is this teaching the kid to be a little alky, or are people overreacting?
I mean, it's a mid. It depends on how you operate your household. If you are a type of household where society's word is law, then, like, I guess, because I also grew up in a society where it'd be like, oh, you're drinking, it's 12 o'clock, or oh, you doing something before 5 is unlawful. It's like, hold on, like, it's different strokes for different folks. But I do have adult day with my kids. Yeah, I do this. It is definitely needed in our household because there's such a whip in the house where I'm always like, it's 7:55. We're on the clock. Like, what are you doing? I'm constantly on their ass every day. They definitely see my arete. They definitely see my connoisseur tequila bar. Yeah. They don't, they definitely are, and they're in my life. They know what I'm doing.
So what does that day look like?
So that day looks like this. Mommy makes like a little drink with the Owens, lime and grapefruit, rocks. You get your little umbrella. We get our little charcuterie board. We sit down. Mommy's drink is non-virgin. They know the difference. And I tried to play that card, but my kids are too savvy, so I can't play that whole "are you drunk" shit. They know they're not. Yeah. They're not playing that goofy. But when we sit down, we talk. We're usually, it's a chill day, and even though we have all of our own little hobbies that we want to do, with just that little bond of the drink, they're always like, "Okay, Mom, what would you do? What would you do?" It's always a what if game, or what would you do? Now it's like a lot deeper than the normal days. Like, and it's never for sure set day. Yeah. And I don't exclude one kid out of the other. So if one's not wanting to do it, bro, we have to wait because I need everybody involved. Yeah. But I do that.
Because it'll throw off the energy and everything else.
It's a culture thing. I've also traveled real quickly. My kids have traveled out the country too, and I've also realized it's a very American thing to make this a big deal. Yeah. When you go to other countries, you could just drive 3 hours and you could be in Puerto Vallarta and you could be in Cochas Chinas, and a 5-year-old and a 7-year-old sibling are bringing you your cart with food, and then they're pouring you drinks, and then the chef comes out with his wife and they sit down and they eat with you and they're drinking with you, and the kids are right there. Yeah. It's not a big deal. The kid is hitting the blender. They're making the fucking drink.
See, that's that different country stuff though. But I ain't gonna lie, I'm kind of 50-50 with it because, like, I done have some sparkling wine. I mean, I have some real wine and then bought some sparkling wine. The kids are drinking. They see us drinking and they know we getting tipsy. Yeah. And then they be like, oh, yeah, I'm buzzed because they seen us. I don't really have a problem with, but like me intentionally saying like, oh, yeah, you're drinking, you're getting drunk with me. I would never do that. Yeah. But I don't really have a problem with them doing that. But it's a level to where you can like play with me like, oh, I'm drunk and I'm drinking this. Like, no, you're not. Stop.
We had a conversation because I'm always like the Truman Show type thing. Like, somebody could be playing with you. So if you think that it's cute to pretend to be something that you're not, like you think it's cute to be the butt of the joke, or you think it's cute to be the class clown, you think it's cute to pretend to be something you're not, it's always going to fall back on you. You're always going to put yourself in a situation that you don't need to be in. And let's just like, to prevent that, I always explain to them what I went through. Right. And that's why I double back to how much is too far. Yeah. I don't want to overshare shit. And then they'd be like, well, what? My mom is wild. Or like, I don't want to do that. So like, that's for me. If I had a man partner, like somebody there to help me out, we could kind of, could like, what is it? Like, I don't know the word.
Like to find the balance.
I don't know.
What, a compromise?
Yeah, compromise.
Compromise.
We can talk. Yeah. He can be like, baby, no, I think my son needs to hear your truth because he don't know. He being goofy for his friends. Whereas me, I'm over here like, no, I'm blabbing too much. I'm telling too much. It's not sitting with him. He's not hearing it. So when you have a partner, I feel like that kind of helps and makes parenting so much more fun. I've had like 5 kids.
It's true.
I would have 6. I'd have like 7 kids.
Be
I would
Ken-
have so many kids if I had a partner.
You'd be the
Because it'd be
female
fun.
version of Nick Cannon.
No, I'd be like Kim. What's her name? Miss Kiki. I'd be like Kiki.
Yeah.
Kiki Wyatt.
Yeah.
She has like 20
whoa,
kids. and
yes,
she's
yes, she
fine as
does.
hell.
Yeah, she does have a lot
And
of
she's
kids.
beautiful and she has a great career. Like I don't, Nick, he's cool. But
Hey, I don't hate on anybody that has. I mean, if you can do it, more power to you. But shit, my 3 that I got right now, I'm done. Close shop. That's it.
But I'm not about to confuse them to being intoxicated and pretending to be drunk just to be funny,
Right.
cute,
Yeah.
or what. No, you're not. You're not the Joker. You're not the entertainment for the night.
Yeah. What about this one? Mom gets home and is tired from work. To get some me time in, she usually gives the kid her phone. While she unwinds, the kid downloads $17,000 of Sonic Force app. What are you guys doing in this situation?
Her bad.
$17,000.
Going, first of all, finna go dispute all charges.
Bro, I was thinking the same thing.
Dispute
too.
all charges.
Yeah.
Give me my damn phone.
Yeah.
I'm finna pop the shit out of you right now.
Yeah.
And don't ever get my phone again.
So I guess his mom disputed the charges. She was able to get it all the way down to $3,000.
Yeah.
She still had to pay $3,000.
She started to pay. Ooh.
Eek, I know.
Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I ain't gonna even lie, bro.
Yeah.
But one of those, I got out of 17, I got down to 3. I'm sorry, excuse my French, you getting your ass whooped.
Yeah.
You getting your ass whooped though.
I'm not gonna hit my credit.
Yeah, for real.
Hey, but can't you put like an extra barrier on that though?
That's what I'm
you
saying.
could,
What,
like,
a parental?
You can after the
no,
fact.
I mean like
Yeah.
after like they can't you set it up to where it's like, okay, you got to put this code in order
Yeah.
to make the purchase.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, that
probably-
is true. You can do something like
There's
that.
a code
So
to even
mom
watch the
fucked up.
show. There's
Yeah.
even that's why I said her bad.
But
She
That's
fucked
some
up.
lazy
Contrary,
shit.
contrary to the thought though, look, mom was being a mom, like just giving the kid the phone, not expecting the kid to really go deep in her phone like that.
Yeah.
And because I ain't gonna
Why
lie,
not?
my son just went to his mom's Amazon account and started ordering up some shit. He didn't get,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And like,
Bro,
hold on.
my oldest called like someone in China, bro.
Right.
We got a nice hefty bill, but luckily we were able to dispute that charge. You know what I
Right.
mean?
But
I was
these,
like,
but these kids are so much more smarter than the things that we've had. They have access to. Like back in our day, this is
I
shit
don't got
that
that kind of money.
astronauts have. But we just don't
Right.
give your kid your phone. Like honestly, I feel like it's a new day and age. Like everybody
Yeah.
should spy on their kids. You should
Right.
have friends 360 cameras, rings.
I do all that.
Simply, I mean,
I do all
honestly,
that.
Oh yeah,
it's
most
just,
definitely.
you
I mean,
don't.
she's got a good point
don't
though,
trust
because
these
our kids are
kids.
not growing up with Oregon Trail.
yeah.
No.
Man, hey,
Thank
oh,
you.
hey, man, hey, look, I ain't gonna
Oregon
lie.
Trail.
My girl, she does it though. She real good at it. She go
Yeah.
through the kid's phone. Let me see your phone right quick, like in the middle or something. They be like, huh?
Yeah.
Bro,
yeah.
I'm doing that right now with
But
my
I'm
oldest.
so
Yeah.
you gotta have you guys know your DNA. You know your kid. Everybody knows their DNA.
Yeah.
I can't tell nobody nothing. But if you come off as like not passive and definitely not passive aggressive, but if you come in real sly and real cool, they'll feed you information you don't even know it.
Yeah.
You don't even know. My 13-year-old did a complete 180 because they turned halfway around and stopped and was like, "Ooh, I'm gonna turn back because mommy, it's looking good back over here."
Yeah.
And it's starting to resignate.
Yeah.
I don't scream, I don't yell. See, because I was doing that and I was hurting myself. Now it's to the point where I'm just like, oh, okay, I'm responding to my inner child. So now when they're talking to me and doing all that, I'm like, I'm quiet. Might be the chair might be getting gripped for dear life, or the pillow might be getting squished. I might have to go hit the blunt a few more extra times.
Yeah.
I might have to take a long walk, or I might do those sets a little longer. But
Just
I
to bring it
guarantee
down.
you, I'm not gonna yell at you. I'm gonna listen. Oh my God, what'd she say? What? You
Yeah.
wrote her what? Let me see. Versus
Yeah.
they'll read your whole body language. They're fucking ESPN on 10.
Yeah.
Those kids are so in tune with our DNA and our alignment that they are like little fucking magicians. They'll look at you and be like, they'll converse. Like if you get more than one kid too and they're yours, did you ask mom? You asked mom. She like you right now more than she
Oh
like me. Go
my
talk to mom.
God.
Mom's
Yeah.
pissed off. She don't even
Yep.
like. I look like her. I look like
Yep.
dad when I'm mad. So go talk to her.
Yep. They do that. They do that though.
My son does it too, and he's a
Yep.
sap. I tell him all the time. I say, "You gonna get yourself hurt."
My son,
Get
see,
yourself
I
hurt.
I have my girl. She has 2 other kids, and my son,
Yeah.
that's my biological kid. But they send my son since he's the youngest. Hey, go ask. Hey, go tell your dad or go tell mom. That's what they do. They go like,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I heard y'all.
We
No.
heard you.
I heard you. It's not
Yep.
happening.
Not happening at all. Yeah. The last one. A man goes on a date and is an hour and a half late. At the end of the date, the girl tells him since he was late, he owes her food. She then proceeds to order her kids' meals. She orders them steak meals. Who's at fault, and what do you guys think in this
What
situation?
the fuck? What
Hold
is wrong
on.
with people? Like, what the
Whoa.
actual fuck?
Yeah.
Whoa. First of all, men, if a man or female is going on a date
Yeah.
and I'm late, first of all, I'm the type of guy I'm gonna pay for the date anyway. Though.
Yeah.
I'm already paying.
That's sweet.
I'm already
Yeah.
paying. I'm already paying anyway though. But just
Right.
since I'm late, I don't owe you no obligation.
Yeah.
I don't know obligation to pay for your kids' meal.
What do the
Yeah.
kids have to do with this date? You're
Yeah.
not here. If I wanted you to date my kids, they would be here.
I'm
Your
coming here
kids
to
would be
date
here.
you.
Yeah.
I don't
You're gonna
mind.
talk to us about us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't mind. Like, you know, once we done got in this relationship, I mean, got in this date, and then I kind of know you a little
That's
bit,
different.
and
Yeah.
I'll pay for your kids' meal, a steak meal, and all that.
course.
But I'm meeting you, I'm late on the date, all that,
And a
and now,
steak meal.
and a
too.
steak meal.
Excuse
Steak
my
meal.
French, but fuck, my kids don't even. We're not about to even feed them steak unless it's the right type of steak. You can get me though, since you're late and I had to wait for you.
Right. I
Another
agree.
drink, or I actually
100%.
don't like drinks. I actually like banana Foster with the little creme brulee on the top. You can do that
Yeah.
for me. But them motherfuckers is at home. They ain't got nothing to do with this. They've been waiting with their babysitter chilling, or I'm sitting here
Oh,
watching the
shit.
cameras. I've been waiting for you to get here, so let's just go ahead and get me chill. I mean, I might be chill because I might have stepped out to the parking lot, but we are grown.
Yeah.
Stop giving them these responsibilities that they don't have no responsibility to have. What privilege do they have to be in your kid's life at face value? They was late, bitch. What the fuck you want to keep talking to them for?
Yeah.
They're
I agree.
late.
I agree. He owed her, but not the kids.
I mean,
Not
you
the
really
kids.
don't
That's where the
even
line
owe
drops.
me. You really
Yeah.
don't even
Yeah.
owe me though. Let's be real. And as a woman,
Technically,
I
I
mean,
don't owe you, but
you don't owe me.
since I invited you on this date, I was already going to pay for the meal anyway.
Yeah.
So it's
oh,
kind
you
of
still don't owe me.
I
don't-
Even if you was an
I mean,
hour.
That's just so out of sense of courtesy. As for me, if I was an hour and a half late, like
Oh, it was an hour and a half.
yes,
Oh shit.
let
he
let
for
let
us waiting.
homegirl let her order whatever she wants. I'm gonna take care of it. This is my bid for whatever
Yeah.
the situation was where I was an hour and a half late. I apologize. This is what I'm doing for you. But the minute your kids, you start ordering meal for your kids, I'm out. Deuces.
But
You know
how
what I mean?
about this?
Go
Like,
roll up your sleeves.
Right,
Yeah,
but
I'm
like,
headed to the bathroom.
if it's like that, but since you said it like that, like
Yeah.
if it's you're late and it's whatever, I might not even be like, oh, I'm gonna just order meals for my kids. I'm gonna be like, I'm a little hungry. I might be hungry later. Do you mind if I order extra dinner? I'm not even about to tell you about my kids. So you don't even need to know. So yeah,
Right.
I ordered an extra dinner, and that dinner came with the 6-ounce steak and the fucking green beans and all the mashed potatoes and the whatever. Okay,
Right.
cool. That's not you don't even need to know. I am about to shoot that back to my kids. For all you know, you don't even know. It could be my little sister. It could be another man.
Yeah.
Who cares? It's all about how you are talking and how we're moving with people.
Right.
People don't have no respect.
Yeah.
You don't owe me nothing just because you asked me on a date.
Yeah,
I agree.
exactly. I like
I
that.
agree.
But also, what if
Yeah.
I was late? Can we flip it the other way around? Because I'm interested to hear, what would you ask
You gonna
for?
give me a little something because you were out late.
Hey,
You know that's what the dude gonna say.
You
know
feel
that's what
me?
the dude
You was
gonna
already a
say.
little late. I'm still gonna pay for the meal, but after this meal and at the end of this day, though, that's where we're going.
Yep.
Okay.
You're paying for something. Yeah.
Ain't nothing for free,
Yeah.
I guess.
Man,
Nobody's gonna know. You know what that means. It's now time for the No, the O, and the Lab. It's where this and every show we give out a random hack, fun fact, and message and joke. Today's hack. Are your kids battling with stunt doubles from Monsters, Inc. or Wicked Purple People Eaters? Well, grab a plastic bottle and put water in it. Tell your little one the soul-snatching demonoids will obliterate each time with each spray. They'll feel powerful and it won't leave a mess. And the joke. Always got to go back and forth. But okay. Why aren't teddy bears ever hungry? You guys know?
Because they're always stuffed.
Dang, you got it. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Damn.
I'm sorry.
hey, she was good with it. She was on there. She was on point with that one.
Yeah.
She was on point with that one.
It's the-
You're the first person I think that's right.
I'm telling you, if
Elijah?
you like me, you would love my kids. I'm
Yeah.
telling you right now.
That quickly. I think I got one, but
Yeah.
it took me like 5 minutes. I was like,
So was it that fast?
But
Yeah.
that was
Man,
quick.
you
Like,
did
he
that
didn't even-
fast,
Shout
'cause
out
Yeah.
to my
I wasn't
daughter.
even. I was trying to process it still.
I don't even
Yeah.
think he finished the question yet.
I know. Yeah, that was a good one. So the message for today, especially for you two, the greatest riches a person can have in his life is family. With that being said, I wanted a quote from Disney's Lilo and Stitch. Ohana, which means family. Family that nobody gets left behind or forgotten. They're your children's greatest adventure. So as we wrap up the show, I wanted to give you a huge shout out to today's special guest, Brittany.
Ohana.
Where can they follow you at?
Lunastar__ on Instagram. That's it.
That's it? You don't want to plug your daughter's business or anything else?
No, we're building that right now, and
Okay.
honestly, they have the NDA that I haven't signed, so I
Yeah.
can't even talk about it yet.
When you're ready, I got a gentleman over here. He has a Wealth for Generations.
Yay!
Hi.
Hi.
And he talks about business. So if you guys got something going on, let me know.
That's my princess
Okay,
now.
for
Call
sure.
me.
And Tramone, where can they follow you at?
Jamon.
Hey man, you got me on Facebook at Tremone Moore,
Yeah.
my name, and then on Instagram, Born84, Ready 85.
Yeah. Nice. And it's
I mean,
almost
said that wrong.
yeah.
Born 85, and I was ready in 84.
Yeah. And
Okay.
happy early birthday too.
Oh
Happy
man, thank
early
you,
birthday,
Yeah.
thank you, bro,
Mr.
thank you, man, thank
Yeah.
you. I feel younger.
Yeah. And as always, Elijah, Wealth for Generations Lee,
Thank you.
and Mr. Habari Live himself, Mr. Dip.
Yeah, I'm Dip. Thank you.
Please like and follow Habari Live Podcast, Habari Entertainment, and check out other shows on there like Habari Live, The Von Rebel Show, Socially Awkward and Uncomfortable, and Wealth for Generations. Please also
Yes.
check out One Love on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Stay safe out there. Stay hydrated and make it a great day. We're out.
Love it.
Man, I love it.